Welcome into the Slobberknocker Sports Podcast, episode 92. We are here today, 19 days away from the college football season. Actually, less than that, really, if you want to count week 0. But from the true college games where number 1, Texas, will be taking on Ohio State.
What are we going to do for our 100th show?
It's a good question.
We got to have all our favorite, like Jeremiah's got to be on because we've been saying that for 100 episodes. So it might be even funnier to just have him on episode 100 because we've been saying it for 100 episodes. It needs to come on.
I think
never come on.
We put Jeremiah on. Bailey comes on for a second,
and then maybe Jeremiah and Michelle can have their showdown.
We'll get Michelle on for the 100th episode.
Yeah,
we can try to get JB back on.
That would be actually. They'd be like, "Hey JB, you're on our first show. Will you come on our 100th episode?"
That would be great.
He might come on for a few minutes.
That'd be really good.
He
might
slap dicks and whatever else.
Might have to throw him a hundo, but or send him a box of cigars. All right, today we're gonna talk some college football. We're gonna talk some NFL. We've done the whole AFC in terms of our predictions per division, so we'll do 2 more this week. We'll do our last 2 next week. Coming up, we'll do like a full NFL and college football preview, kind of breaking down the conferences too going forward. Maybe we'll do a little bit of that today, but. And then we've got some other stuff, some fun stuff. Little League World Series coming up. All the teams are set.
Like it.
There is nothing like it. It's very pure.
Nothing like it.
It's funny.
It's pure unless Danny Almonte's out there at 17 years old throwing 84 miles an hour.
Wait till you see the picture for Lake Mary, Florida.
I think I see him right there. Kid looks like
that's actually on Irmo, South Carolina. You're going to see
that kid's taller than the coach.
You'll see the picture.
He's got a jawline like Aaron Judge. All right, let's see him.
Okay, well, let's go right into that. Yeah. We're going to go to the best thing I saw this week.
This is the best thing we saw this week.
Okay, so the best thing I saw this week is going to come from the Little League World Series. So this is the regional championship. So if you're unfamiliar with how it works, you have, I believe, 10 regions, and they play down. There's a state champion from each state, and then they play a regional championship. And if you win the region, you head to Williamsport to the Little League World Series. You get to miss school for a couple weeks because, school started back up for a lot of people today or last Monday. And so this is the Southeast Region Championship. We have Lake Mary, Florida, taking on Irmo, South Carolina. Now, Lake Mary, Florida, it was the world champions last year. They won the entire Little League World Series, the U.S. side, then won in the
Who did they beat in the championship? Was it the Japs?
Yes, and they beat Texas in the U.S. championship, which kind of sucks because if you think about it, a lot of these it's double elimination, but when you get to the championship, you don't have to re-beat that team twice. Regardless, that's what happened here. South Carolina actually played Florida a couple.
And while we had this pause, I'd love to say we love the Japs. We love the Japanese team. They play it the right way.
There you go.
They always have.
But Florida,
Pearl Harbor, they didn't play the right way. But after Pearl Harbor, they tightened up and they played baseball with a lot of dignity.
We're like 2 minutes in, and we're already taking shots at other ethnicities.
No. I'm like I said, not taking a shot. They just made a mistake about 100 years ago. Okay. And
they paid for that dearly.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go that far, Dylan. See, you're a habitual line stepper.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Never forget.
They this is why we can't get sponsors, Bailey. Because Dylan says stuff like this.
You started this.
I said I love the Japs. I love the way they play baseball.
Okay. Regardless, Florida and South Carolina had played a couple of games before this, and Florida ruled them 14-0. In the semifinal game to get to the championship. And now they're playing again. South Carolina had to come back and win 2 more games. Now, we're going to pick it up here.
Hold on. Before we go with this, I'm sorry. One last thing here.
Go ahead.
This drives me crazy. Has Florida lost at this point?
No, that's what I was saying just a second ago.
And this decides who goes?
Yes.
That is the most un-American fucking bullshit. It's a double elimination tournament. How can you look? It's a double elimination tournament. How can you lose in a championship game only losing one fucking time?
I don't disagree.
It's the dumbest. They do it in the Little League World Series too. I get that it makes for better television. It's like, hey, this is the U.S. championship. Hey, this is the international championship. Think about the kids that play all summer and they get gypped. I think it happened to Texas last year?
Right.
I
believe. This happened in the Little League World Series, the actual tournament in Williamsport, where the team from Texas, who I believe was from Bernie, had beaten this same Lake Mary, Florida team in the semis. Lake Mary, Florida then goes to the losers bracket.
That was Bernie too.
It was. And that Lake Mary, Florida team wins in the next game, gets back, and then they play. And even though Texas is undefeated and Lake Mary, Florida has one loss and Texas beat them, it's one game. And so Lake Mary, Florida beats Bernie, and they go and end up being the World Series champions. It's unfair. Well, it comes back to bite them here today. Now, we also had the same thing. Texas this year did the same thing against Louisiana. They had lost the first game to Louisiana, came back and beat them in the championship, and Louisiana got knocked out, and Texas is going to Williamsport.
Yeah, I still don't agree with that.
No, I completely agree. I think it's stupid.
It's a double elimination tournament.
100%
like, can you imagine them doing that in Omaha and be like, well, they won this game, so you guys are out?
No, I agree. It's been the same. I've had that same gripe with this tournament for a long time. What's one more game?
I think they've only done it for it used to always be straight double eliminations. Maybe like in the last 5 years when they've added some teams or something. I don't know.
We're going to pick it up here in the 6th inning. Top of the 6th. It's already 4-0. And we're going to see Preston Ware here grab a ball. He thinks he caught it, but he stops playing. He still had a play to first. Okay? And instead of getting the third out and heading to the bottom of the 6th, they're going to have to play on here. But you can see the tears starting to come out. Poor little Preston had a rough one. It definitely hit the ground there. It was skipped in here. But I want you to hear, this is my guy. Listen to the speech the coach comes out and gives right here. But Big Boy's moving to third, though.
It is time to grow up. You got 4 umpires that are all waving their hands. You got to finish the play. You can't just stop, okay? You can't just stop. You got me? You guys all got me? You need better body language. Guys, we're not out of this. We need 1 out, and then let's get some runs. Come on, boys. Hammer the strike zone, okay? And then we'll have Skittles after the game. Just a visit, James. Let's go. Come on, Pete, next play. Let's go.
Did he say we get some Skittles?
Yes, get Skittles. That's my guy right there. That's
I like
Dave
that.
Bogan.
I like the speech.
I am now that normally the coaches go up there and it's like, you're doing so great. It's all about having fun, but he's like getting on him, but then he like keeps it lighthearted with the Skittles. That's my guy right there. I'm a I'm a Irmo, South Carolina fan after Texas this year now in the World Series. Okay, so we're gonna play this again here. So Florida's up 4-0. It's bases loaded, 2 outs. And South Carolina's got to get out of this to have any shot, right? Got to keep
it. 6th inning too.
This is the 6th inning.
Shit! Okay.
Got to get out of this, right? And we're gonna see Preston Ware, who just made the mistake, makes a nice play, steps on second, gets the 3rd out. So we're heading to the bottom of the 6th again. Lake Mary, Florida, massive favorite, defending world champions, up 4-0. Now this is Jacob Brown on the mound. Look how big this kid is. That's the kid I was talking about. Look at the pitcher.
That's a pretty big old kid.
Okay. Well, he's been phenomenal all game. Pitched 5.5 innings. He's got only 2 walks on the day. Only 1 walk going into this inning, but he walks the first batter.
G baby.
He walks the second batter.
Rest in peace, G
And if
baby.
you notice, he's at 81 pitches. And so on this next batter, he's going to hit 85, which is the limit for the Little League World Series. And so he's going to pick up his first out here on a strikeout.
Okay.
So we got first and second, 1 out, but Jacob Brown has to come out of the game after throwing his 7th strikeout because he hit his pitch limit. All right, so we're going to see, there's Dad in the stands. He's
that looks
loving
like
it.
Jamie Foxx. Oh, no, it did for a second. No, it doesn't.
But still, okay, you're still up 4-0. There's already an out.
Yep.
Now we're going to go to the next hitter. Now, keep in mind here, when we came to the start of this inning, the hitters up for South Carolina were 8, 9, and 10 because in the Little League World Series, 8, 9, and 10 it goes 11, 12. Every batter hits in continuous order now. That's the rule. So they have the very bottom of their lineup in having to rally against probably the best team in the Little League World Series, the whole country. All right? And this is the 11-hole hitter right here, Braden Gerard. And he's going to have a 9-pitch at bat and fight it off and finally hit one out the middle to load the bases. Good throw in there to prevent a run. Now we got bases loaded, 1 out. Now there's some pressure on.
Yep.
Okay? And Irmo, South Carolina, after the next batter strikes out, now they are down to their last strike. It's a full count here to guess who? The same kid who made the mistake at second base. This is Preston Ware.
Yeah.
Full count, bases loaded. 2 outs. All right? He's got to find a way on base to keep him alive here. But Preston Ware, with a great take, thought he had the outside corner, didn't, and they walk in a run. Now it's 4-1.
An umpire squeezing him, dude. That's a Little League strike right
That's
there
right.
all day.
That's right. But look, guess who's coming up now?
Big country.
Joe Giulietti and Giulietti. And Giulietti the day before hammered a home run about 300 feet out there. He's a big kid. He's the kid you were looking at earlier on the screen. Now, he's 0 for 2 on the day, but he's their best player. And they
Not
intentionally walk him
Barry Bonds. They
with
put
the
him on.
bases loaded. And they put the tying run in scoring position. And that is going to bring up Brady Westbrooks. He was the relief pitcher who got him out of the jam in the end. Okay, he's the third hitter. He's 0 for 2 on the day. His favorite food is sushi. That's questionable. Okay, now it's a 2-2 count. They're again for the second time down to their last strike here. They're down 4-2 against the defending world champions. I'm going to play the audio here because it's great.
Giulietti with the bases loaded. 2-2. Hit a line down the field. The wall run is in. 2 runs will score. Giulietti coming home. Ball game. South Carolina walks it off. Brady Westbrook's a 3-run double to end it.
What an ending.
What an ending.
What an
Storybook. Couldn't write it any better.
No. Got the kid crying on the field.
Kids are
Classic Little
crying.
League.
Hats are off. The pile is on. Brady Westbrook.
And Lake St. Mary got exactly what they fucking deserved after they snaked Texas out of Bernie, Texas out of a world championship.
I agree with that.
The baseball gods punished them.
I'm glad they did. And by the way, they have the same coaches last year, and you can see him here. I don't know who he's yelling at here after they lost.
Oh, his parents are like, the one kid just coming in crying. Man.
I mean,
It's
that's
classic.
Jonathan Anderson, who was the biggest douchebag in sports. Last year, he was the coach of Lake Mary last year, and he acted like a complete douche the entire tournament.
Oh, really?
Yes, he's awful.
Man,
So-
I don't know how you remember these little.
I do. I remember.
I forgot Bernie was there last year.
Yeah, how did you forget
well,
that?
I mean, you bring it up. I'm like, oh yeah, they had a parade through the middle of downtown. But yes, yeah, I forgot about that.
We'll give our Little League World Series picks here in a little bit. We're gonna have to pick that bracket.
I'm gonna give a little. Going with the Japs.
Oh God, what a
Florida's
shock.
out this year.
What a shocker! You're gonna go with the Japs. That's a real going out on a limb.
Going out on a limb.
All right.
They got a bunch of little Otanis out there.
Is
probably
he Japanese?
Probably rolling dice behind the snow
Okay.
cone stand.
Dumbass of the week goes to CeeDee Lamb. This was in their preseason game this weekend.
Oh, CeeDee Lamb's an idiot.
And he's on the sideline, and they're in the middle of a play, and I guess CeeDee thought this was a touchdown because the play is like, the play is just starting. And look, he thinks it's a touchdown. The ball isn't even in the air yet, and the official's going to fucking nail him. And the guy's going to drop the pass right here. So the incompletion happened.
Horrible throw. He had him beat bad.
Oh, he did. And CD picks up a 15-yard penalty for this, too, by the way. Unsportsmanlike conduct,
What an idiot.
making contact with an official. That's dumbass number one. And then number two, I don't know if this is a dumbass move as much as this is Kyler Murray in full season form. This was his first preseason drive. And they got a 1st and 10 in the red zone. And here's Kyler rolling out to the left and throws a dart straight to the other
Oh, my
team.
God. Where was he throwing that?
Is that the worst throw you've ever seen?
That's up there.
That's up there. I mean, he might be the worst starting quarterback
I don't know
in the NFL.
what he was doing.
He's atrocious. He is so bad. I don't understand how he still has a job. Like, Justin Fields is better than Kyler Murray. I don't even think that's crazy to say. I think Justin Fields is better than Kyler Murray. I would take Justin Fields over Kyler Murray right now. Little midget running around out there. Okay. Why do we always get back to midgets on this show? That's all I got for little video clips here.
That's what this show is built on.
Damn straight it was. Okay, let's
Midgets
move on.
and serving your country.
I did. Don't go there, please. I did get to fake news, to news or fake news. So we do have one here.
All right,
I
here we go.
Shoved it in here. Okay, let's start with number one. It's time for news or fake news. Number one, Eagles Pro Bowl left guard Landon Dickerson was carted off the field yesterday at training camp with an apparent right knee injury. Is that news or fake news?
Seems tricky. I'm going to say fake news.
It's actually news. He was carted off the
Oh,
field.
man.
They're not sure what it is.
Said it
They
was Lane Johnson? who?
Landon Dickerson.
Landon Dickerson.
And Dickerson, they said possible meniscus injury, which would be better than ACL, but
For sure.
going to be missing significant time. And the Eagles are built on that offensive line. Curious how they're going to be this year. I wonder if we see. Do you think we see more of a Super Bowl hangover from that team, or do you think they're legitimately a contender again this year?
I think they're a contender again, but yeah, it seems like, they're not the Chiefs, right? Patrick Mahomes playing quarterback. I don't think they're just going to be like in the Super Bowl again for sure. Redskins are good, Commanders are good, and, there's some other good, solid squads. The Eagles, but you would think the defense is just going to get better, right? I mean,
They did lose a lot. They did lose a good
Who
amount
else
of
did
pieces.
they lose?
They lost Brandon Graham. They lost
they
Darius
let-
Slay, who then got injured. Wait, was it Slay? I think it was. He went to the Lions and then tore his ACL in camp. Just the poor Lions are cursed. But no, they did lose 3 key pieces, but they still have a lot of really good young talent. They're solid. They were the best defense last year. And they retained Vic Fangio, which is important because he really did turn that defense around. They were not good the year before. Okay.
No.
By the way, speaking of the Chiefs, you see that new docuseries coming out called The Kingdom, and it's like going to be about the Chiefs, and it looks like Mahomes is on there playing victim, how he's painted as the bad guy the whole time. I have a feeling it's going to be really cringy to watch that thing. Andy Reid was crying in the trailer. Yes, I don't know. Anyway.
For what?
I don't know. They show him crying on his couch. Number 2, the AP poll was released today with the Texas Longhorns coming in as the number 1 team in the country, followed by the number 2 team, the Penn State Nittany Lions. News or fake news?
That's news.
That's news. My Texas Longhorns, number 1.
Should be Penn State, number 1.
That's not true. Everybody knows the Longhorns are the best team in the country with the best quarterback in the country. Like I said, 16-0 national champs. Okay, number
Rainbow
3.
Land.
Number 3. After Arch Manning we're going to come back to this topic later. Or no, we can probably just talk about it now. After Arch Manning has dropped out as the favorite to be the top overall pick in the NFL draft in 2026, the favorite has now become Cade Klubnik. News or fake news?
That's fake news. It's Nessmeyer.
Oh, look at you. Did you read that article?
No, but I mean, there's no way Cade Klubnik would be the first pick.
I agree.
I didn't
Second.
know if it would be Nessmeyer, but yeah, no, yeah.
I
thought it would be Nessmeyer.
I believe Klubnik is like I think Nessmeyer's plus 350 and Klubnik's like plus 375. It's not that big of a difference, but
I mean,
we'll come.
The quarterback circus in the NFL is just it's all over the fucking place.
Let's talk about this real quick because this was a topic I was going to get to later on since I brought it up. Do you know why Arch dropped? Did you see the quote?
Because he said he's coming back.
His grandpa did. Archie came out and said Arch will not be leaving Texas after this year. I'm curious if you believe him. Do you think that's
I believe him 100%. There's no if he's happy there, there's absolutely no reason for him to go. It's call it the white privilege, whatever you want to call it. There's no whether he's making $5 million at Texas or signs as a number 1 draft pick. I mean, really, sure. I mean, he wants to make his, pave his own way, make his own money, but it really doesn't matter. Like, I mean, he's going to make plenty of money at Texas. He's happy there, and they probably think he needs 2 full years there, realistically.
Yeah.
Than just getting thrown in the fire and just getting the shit beaten out of him in the NFL, whichever shitty team he goes to. So I think it's a smart move for sure. And it's very circumstantial too, in my opinion. I mean, it's like, if he wasn't a Manning, I don't think that's necessarily the case, right?
It's 100% his background. Yeah. They have money. He made $6.5 million last year. He's probably making more this year. So it's.
I really don't think he leaves. The only thing that I think could change that is if them as a family, say it's the Colts have the first pick, or somewhere that they're hey, this could be a very good landing spot for you, and you're not going to have the opportunity. It could be Jacksonville again the next or whatever. So it's like, if it's an organization that traditionally spends money, takes care of their players, and has been traditionally good, and just somehow ends up on the one line, maybe they're like, hey, maybe you just go.
That's a good point. No,
that's the only thing I could see. Other than that, he's going to stay at Texas.
No, that's a good point. You wonder, what teams he might do that for. I know the Colts with Manning was there forever. I don't know if they would still want him to go there. With Irsay's gone now. I don't know if the same people.
Irsay's daughters are running the team. So
yeah, well, we'll see we've seen how women running teams in the NFL goes. Okay. Question then: what if Arch wins the Heisman and Texas wins the national championship? Does that change anything or no? Do you think they don't care?
Yeah, I don't think they care. I think he would stay. I do. Like I said, unless the team is like, oh, you win the national championship and you win the Heisman, and this is a team
say it's a bad team. Say it's the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Then I think he would stay.
Or the Cleveland Browns. Yeah. I'm curious. I kind of have a feeling. I believe Archie, the grandpa, saying that he won't leave. I know you're telling me it's Rainbow Land. If they go 16-0 and he wins the Heisman and they win a national championship, I have a hard time believing he stays. But that said, I agree. It is very different because if anybody else were to do that, it's 100% they're gone. For him, it's like, well, what does it really matter? I might as well just wait for a better opportunity next year when it could be a different
team. think it depends on the team, really. That's really, I don't think he's going to leave. I would expect Archie's word to be good. I just think that if it is the perfect situation, then they might consider it.
Good thing I have two first round picks in the next 2 seasons.
It's crazy that you're thinking undefeated and they're going to start out 0-1 to start the season.
They're not going to start out 0-1. They're not losing at Ohio State. You're out of your mind. I've already bet it too. I already bet Texas +3 for $100, which is a big bet for me. Okay, moving on. Number 4, NBA free agent Malik Beasley, who is under investigation for a federal gambling probe, was evicted from his apartment this past weekend after he failed to pay over $21,000 in rent.
Yeah, it's probably true.
It is news. I thought Malik Beasley played this year. I guess he
did, and he made a lot of money. He signed a new 3-year deal. Listen, a lot of money, but not like $14 million a year or something like that.
What's he made in his? I mean, he's probably made. Yeah, he's made $60 million in his career. What's he doing in a gambling? Like, what's wrong with this guy? I don't get that. Like, I get it for Porter's brother, who's a fucking free agent.
I feel like Michael Jordan would have been betting his props back in the day if he could do it.
Yeah, but
they would all be over. Yeah,
that would be like a
like
Pete Rose deal.
Over 45, like no problem.
I honestly have no fucking problem with that.
Bulls win over 45 points.
I have no problem with that.
And I'll grab 10 boards.
Yeah. All right, number 5. Mike Clay's ESPN fantasy football rankings have Saquon Barkley as the consensus number 1 overall pick this year in the fantasy football rankings.
I think that's true, and they got Derrick Henry too. I'm not sure.
Fake news. It's actually Jamar Chase is the number 1 overall.
Yeah, that's
pick.
right. Yeah,
Jamar Chase is the consensus one. Saquon Barkley is 4 or 3, but that also is PPR. But still, same thing. Okay, that's it for news or fake news. Let's move on here. Let's go to some preseason football. Look some preseason standouts. We'll talk some quarterbacks, and who better to start with than Turner's favorite player, Shedeur Sanders. What did you think about Shedeur Sanders' performance? He threw 2 touchdowns, I believe, threw for like 100, and it was 14 of 23 for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns.
So I actually watched most of that first half, and that's the one that I watched out of like all these games. It was an okay performance. I'm not a huge fan. He made some actual really good throws. He missed some super easy ones too. It was kind of a combination of like, wow, that was a really good throw, and then he would miss someone wide open, 6 yards into the flat. And I don't know if it was just, miscommunication, if he's breaking in or out or what's going on there. But the touchdown that was basically given to him in the sense that a punt was muffed on like the 7-yard line, that touchdown throw was actually a really good throw. He put it in a window.
Was it the first one or the second one?
The first one. I don't know if it was the first or second one.
I thought
it was
the first one
to a tight end maybe.
If it was the first one, I saw the first one, and it was a tight window, but I thought it was just like the type of throw that he makes that gets picked off a lot too. Like, it just seemed like a very risky throw, and it looked really good because it worked out.
Yeah, it was a good pass regardless.
Maybe it was the second. No, maybe it was. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I really don't know. But
it looks like it was the second one.
Yeah, but he, he played okay. Like I said, missed some easy throws. I just laughed at all the memes. He threw 2 touchdowns. It's like Browns are going to retire his jersey now. Listen, they're excited about him. Who knows what he's going to turn out to be? I don't think he's going to be great, but I will say that for a 5th-round pick, it was worth trying. I mean, who knows?
For a 5th-round pick, it was worth trying, but we were having this debate in our fantasy football group chat, and I know we mess around with Will because he likes Shedeur, but
he's a genius. Will.
But look, in my opinion, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, and I guess this happens, but it seems to me if 32 general managers passed on him for 4 straight rounds, that there was something mechanically and mentally wrong with the guy. Like, it's just not a guy that's worth a 1st, 2nd, or 3rd round pick. Like, and he was for 2 years projected as the top quarterback in that draft until Cam Ward came along. I just have a hard time believing that after one preseason game, everything's fine. I don't even, and also I'll say this and then go ahead. Yeah. I don't think he sees the field unless it's later in the year and there are injuries to the other quarterbacks. I think that
Flacco's going to start for sure.
Well, I heard that Pickett might start. That's what everybody's saying.
Oh, Pickett's still there? Then Pickett might start. Yeah.
But I think Flacco should start. They have, but Flacco's injured because they also signed Huntley. They have 5 quarterbacks on the roster.
That's crazy. No, dude. Listen, Kenny Pickett is not by any stretch a great quarterback.
Well, here you go. Browns beat Joe Flacco, likely the starting quarterback. So it's bad. We get different reports every day.
I think Flacco will end up being the starter. Who knows?
Yeah.
They're going to be dog shit anyway. I think Shedeur Sanders, honestly, is probably, and I've said this since the beginning, I legitimately think he's a third-round pick. But I legitimately don't think any GMs thought that he would come in and start right away. That's why he fell to the 5th round. And then when you get to the 3rd round, you're saying, hey, do we want to waste a 3rd-round pick on a guy that we think is not going to be a starter? Even if you think he's right there, obviously you're turned off from him because of the media circus around him anyway.
Right.
So then you fall to the 5th-round pick.
Yeah.
I really do think he should have been a 3rd-round pick. I've said that from the beginning. I just think that that's where he should have ended up. Like, do I think I'll be honest, do I think Dylan Gabriel has a better chance to be better than him? Honestly, I don't. I think out of those two guys, I know Gabriel went in the 3rd round, right?
Dude,
and they drafted him as well. So I'm just thinking to myself, okay, maybe that was a spot they originally were going to get Shedeur at, and they're like, no, let's just go with Gabriel because he doesn't have the circus around him. And then in the 5th round, they're like, he's still there. And I actually don't hate that. I think Gabriel's a bad pick, but I don't hate what the Browns are trying to do. They've missed on so many fucking quarterbacks, and it's like, why not just take 2? Because guess what? Maybe one of them will work out. I don't think either of them will, but I get the philosophy on it. Because especially, I guarantee you they were torn on that 3rd pick, whether to take Gabriel or Sanders. And I took Gabriel, and then when they could get him in the 5th, they're like, why don't we just take him too? There's nobody else we like right here on the board that we have to have. Let's just take him and see what happens.
I agree with everything you just said. I also have seen some tape of Dylan Gabriel in camp, and it is fucking ugly. I honestly would be shocked if Dylan Gabriel is not on the practice squad. Maybe he is, because I don't know how that works. Can other teams claim you if you're on somebody's practice squad or no?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, maybe they won't then. Maybe they'll keep him and get rid of Pickett and just have 3 quarterbacks on the roster. Keep Flacco, get rid of Huntley and Pickett. But I don't know why they signed Huntley all of a sudden if that's what they were going to do. Maybe it was very non-guaranteed and they're just not sure. But I have a hard time believing that they don't. I will say this. I think they give Gabriel a shot before they give Sanders a shot. And I say that for the reason, not because I think Gabriel's better. I wouldn't have drafted Dylan Gabriel at all. I would have taken Shedeur Sanders over Dylan Gabriel 100%. I think Dylan Gabriel's, I don't think he's an NFL quarterback. I don't. I do think Shedeur could be a backup because he has some talent and he has the genes of an NFL star, but he's not athletic. He's really not that mobile. I watched him play in college with 2 NFL receivers, including the number 3 overall pick, right? And he was, 13 and 12 as a starter there with all that talent on the offensive end. I know their defense was bad. I know the offensive line wasn't great, but he wasn't anything special. I watched him shit himself in the Alamo Bowl, and I was sitting in the front row and watched that damn game. He was awful. So, yeah, good for him. It was the worst defense in football, and it was the preseason game 1. I don't believe that it matters at all. Good for him that he did well. Like you said, one of the touchdowns was gifted to him. He was fine, but it'll be interesting to see. It's going to be a topic of conversation that we're going to come back to because it just stays in the headlines because of his name, right? Similar to Arch Manning. It's like we talk about him too much because of his last name. It's the same thing with Shedeur. Only difference is Arch is legitimately good. Okay, moving
allegedly.
on. No, not allegedly. He's good. We saw him play last year.
Steve Spurrier's not sold.
I don't give a shit. Fuck Steve Spurrier.
No,
okay.
Don't talk about the old ball coach.
Talking about some other preseason performers, I'll just go through some of the quarterbacks. Tyler Shuck didn't start, but he outplayed Spencer Rattler in their opening football or preseason game. I think Spencer Rattler was 7 of 11 for 53 yards.
You'll have to beep this, but what is the line in dodgeball? A couple humping a doorknob. That's what you get out of those two.
Tyler Shuck threw a 54-yard touchdown.
Paley's over there nodding.
Hey, Shuck was 15 of 22 for 165 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. I'll just ask you this. We don't have to spend much time on Tyler Shuck. I don't think he's good. But I think, and you tell me if you agree, I would start him if I were the Saints. For the simple fact, number one, here's perfect reason why. Number one, if you start him and by some miracle he ends up being good, great. You know what Spencer Rattler is. He's not an NFL quarterback. He's not. Nobody ever thought he was coming into the league. Maybe like when he was a freshman in college.
Spencer Rattler thought he was.
Well, yeah, Spencer Rattler still thinks he is. Spencer Rattler thinks he's a Pro Bowler, but he's not. He's atrocious. He's the worst quarterback in the league last year. So if I'm the Saints, I do this. I start Shuck, and either it's a complete disaster and we get last, and we get the number 1 overall pick, and that would be an organization that I believe Arch Manning might come out for because that's where Archie played. And so I could see him going to the Saints, especially new coach, new kind of young regime. Wouldn't be surprised if that was the spot he went. If he doesn't work out, if he does work out, then great. Then maybe you're right for drafting him earlier. You weren't. He's terrible, and he's 26 years old. But I think Spencer Rattler's atrocious. I don't see any point of starting Rattler. I don't know why this is a competition at all. I would start the rookie right off the back. You agree?
Oh, I think they'll start Shuck or whatever. It's the stupidest fucking last name.
I know.
Schlaw spelled Shuck. Yeah, I don't know. But that's a great quarterback mystery for me that we're talking about. It's like, that guy was maybe a borderline Canadian Football League player 6 months before the draft, and then he goes in the first round.
I don't get it.
You have these scouts who are like, well, he's big, and he's got a pretty big arm, and he was kind of accurate. He's like 25 years old.
He went in the second round, but it was early second round.
Yeah, very, very beginning of the second.
40th
right?
overall pick.
Yeah, so I don't know, man.
Okay.
Very confusing.
Did you
to
see?
me.
What about J.J. McCarthy? He was 4 of 7 for 30 yards, but led a 13-play, 58-yard touchdown drive. Had a good deep ball, one throw that was like 20 yards, and had a nice first down using his legs. What do you think of McCarthy? Good signs from the preseason opener. Do you think
I would say
gonna...
that's fine? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those aren't bad stats.
Yeah.
Led a touchdown drive, did what he needed to do to score a touchdown.
Cam
Yeah,
Ward
sure.
was about the same. He led a touchdown drive. Wasn't great, but was
Bailey,
fine.
how do we feel about Cam Ward? How was it? Did you like the drive? Was it okay? And not to mention, the Titans are the greatest first quarter team maybe of all time.
No, yeah, I'm going to be betting them first quarter all season long. Okay, other quarterbacks. I mentioned, what did we mention? Shuck, Cam Ward, J.J. McCarthy. Oh, my boy, Jackson Dart. He had the best performance of anybody. Threw for 158 yards. He was balling out there. He dropped a dime on a 50-yard touchdown pass. I think Jackson Dart should be the starter week 1. Of course, they're going to go with bum-ass Russell Wilson so that they can lose games and fire Dayball. But if it were me, I would start Jackson Dart. I thought he was great in his preseason opener. Did you watch any of it?
No, but you need to lay off Russie.
Sussy Russie, his career has been over for 7 years.
Sussy Russie.
Sussy
Russie's
Russie's
Broncos country.
He's done. Yeah, let's ride. That's right.
I hope he has a catchphrase this year for New York. Do we know? He always has one. And he always smiles when he's thinking about it, too, and he'll eventually drop it.
I'm sure it's already a meme.
He's such a corny motherfucker. Russell.
While we're on the topic, I just asked you this quick question. There was an injury in the preseason. It was Detroit taking on Atlanta, and one of the safeties for Detroit, Maurice Norris, had like a pretty serious head injury,
I
neck
heard
injury.
about that, yeah.
And they actually didn't finish the game. They stopped the game right there, which I guess is understandable with preseason. But I will say,
it was in the fourth quarter already?
I think so. But I guess question to you is, we've seen, that's like a head, that's like a serious injury, but we've seen a lot. I talked about Landon Dickerson earlier in camp. We've seen guys, Darius Slay tore his ACL. There's been a lot of injuries early on in camp and in preseason games. Do you think the NFL is better off just doing like the way they have in Hard Knocks, where they have those joint practices and they just have this lead up and then we just play games? Or do you think they should keep having preseason? Like, is preseason something that should stick around?
Well, the players want preseason gone. The only reason preseason's there is because the owners make money off it.
Yeah.
The ticket prices, let you in a secret. Ticket prices for preseason games when you're a season ticket holder are the exact same prices they are for regular season games.
That's crazy.
So they get charged. So, like, you get 2 extra, like, whether everybody shows up or not, you're getting charged for those tickets, and you get concessions and stuff, and they're like, and players hate preseason. They don't get paid for those games.
Right.
I mean, you get your signing bonus, whatever you get paid, you get game checks, and there's no preseason game checks. They may have changed that somewhat with the new collective bargaining agreement where they get something. I'm not sure what it is, but they don't get a full game check, right? So they don't want it. That's for sure.
Maybe 1 week would be good. Like,
definitely one, or maybe because it's 3 weeks now.
It's 3 weeks with the if you're a Hall of Fame game team,
you'll ultimately see it down to 2, and each owner will get a home game kind of deal where he gets to. That's what it'll end up being.
That wouldn't be the worst
and that'll
thing
be
in the world.
The new collective bargaining agreement. Whenever they do get around to that, I don't know when it's up again, but they'll go down to 2.
It's funny. It feels like it goes by faster when there's nothing on, and then when preseason game starts, it feels like that last month just inches by super slow. But I actually don't mind it because it's more football to watch, so why not? But I agree.
Right.
I kind of think, I don't know, there's a lot of injuries that happen in the preseason. And yeah, would those injuries happen anyway in the regular season? Probably. And would it happen? A lot of them are in camp, so it's going to happen anyway. But I do think, like, for guys, it sucks for guys who are, like, on the borderline of making a team, and they're out there having to put their body on the line, and then something happens, and then they don't get to play the whole season or lose their spot. So
Right. Well, then the other argument is guys that are actually trying to make the team, that are competing for those spots, they like a little bit, you're trying to show.
yeah.
But you're right. I mean, you have those joint practices and stuff. You can get away with doing that. But I think you'll at least always see 2 preseason games. So each owner gets one,
Right.
make some money.
Okay, let's go to the NFC West and NFC East. Okay. That's what we're going to do for our 2
The
divisions
West
today. So
and the East.
We'll start with the East. Okay. Start with the NFC East. My Dallas Cowboys in the NFC
I
East.
thought we already did the East.
No, we did the
Okay.
AFC East. Yeah, we
All
didn't. I think when my dad was on, we picked who would win the division, but we
Got
didn't
it.
actually, just because we were talking Cowboys last week, but we didn't actually pick it. So,
Cowboys.
all right, let's go. NFC East 4-1. We're gonna start number 4, the New York Giants. Now, I'll preface this by saying, if Jackson Dart starts, this team is going to be an 8-win football team if he ends up starting.
No shot.
If Russell Wilson starts the whole year, which he will, this team is going to win 4 games. Brian Daboll is fired. Jeff Schoen is fired. They should have been fired 3 years ago before they were ever hired because they're the worst duo I've seen in sports in a long time. They're 2 idiots. It's the blind leading the blind over there. The Giants 5 wins. No, I'm going to correct that. 4 wins for the Giants. Sussy Russie throws 11 interceptions this year and 12 touchdowns. They're atrocious offensively.
That's generous.
Yeah, it probably
Gave
is.
him one more touchdown than an interception.
That's right.
Wow.
They're atrocious this year. Giants coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 3, we're going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles.
I knew you were going to say that. That's the dumbest
The
shit
Philadelphia
ever.
Eagles, number 3. Super Bowl hangover incoming. Jalen Hurts, not a top 10 quarterback. Been saying it for years. He was good in the Super Bowl. That's about it. Offensive line already sustained an injury with Landon Dickerson. We're just going to keep them coming. The injuries are going to roll in this year. Nick Sirianni is going to be much worse than he was last year. His little act only works for so long. A.J. Brown's going to be whining on the sideline saying Jalen Hurts can't throw him the ball because he fucking can't. Okay, the defense takes a step back because they lost some pieces. Yeah, Vic Fangio's good coordinator. I like the Eagles. They're good. Howie Roseman will bounce back next year, but this is a Super Bowl hangover year for the Eagles. They win 9 games, miss the playoffs, last place or 3rd place in the division. Number 2, going to be the Dallas Cowboys. Bounce back year, baby. Dallas Cowboys, number 2. They're going to win 10 games.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? Jerry's going to make an appearance on the show soon, talking about the season. But Jerry is going to have the boys ready to play. I like what we've done. If we can pay Micah Parsons, kind of like some of the pieces, we bring in George Pickens, kind of help the offense a little bit. We drafted another offensive lineman, the guard from Alabama, Tyler Booker, building the offensive line up, building the team through the trenches. I like the Cowboys. They're going to be number 2 in the division, 10 wins, and they're going to win a playoff
Jerry's
game.
press conferences are the best from camp.
Smiles and glory holes.
I don't know if he's going to be here. I mean, I've already told you once. I mean, it's in his hands. It's in his hands. I mean, I don't know what else I can do. I don't know what to tell you. We wish he was here. But it's in his hands.
Well, Micah doesn't like to accept deals from white people. So, all right, coming in at number 1, the Washington Commanders/Redskins, depending on what happens in the next couple of weeks. And I love Jaden Daniels. I've loved him since he was back at Arizona State and at LSU winning the Heisman. And he should have been the number 1 overall pick, and the Bears fucked up taking Caleb Williams. But the Commanders didn't. He was phenomenal last year, Rookie of the Year, all the way to the NFC Championship game as a rookie. And guess what? He's going to do it again this year. They're going back to the NFC Championship game, but before they do that, they're going to win 12 games, and they're going to win the division. They'll be 12-5. This division has not had a repeat champion in 20 years. It's not going to happen this year. Commanders, number 1. That's my NFC East.
Starting out in 4th place, Dallas Cowboys.
What the fuck?
Or probably no.
You sick
I don't know.
motherfucker.
All right, Giants are finishing dead last.
Thank you.
They'll win 5 games. Dable should be fired again. Probably won't be. He'll be like, we're gonna play Dart next season. He's just hedging his bets, dude. He's gonna start Russell this year. And he'll be like, well, now my guy's ready. Let me start my guy. This is the guy I drafted. He'll somehow finagle his way to another year. Giants 5 wins. Cowboys, man, they're going to win. They're going to be 8-8-1. The Cowboys are going to finish 8-8-1.
Did you just Mike Tomlin them?
Yeah, they're going to be the Mike Tomlin of the
sick
NFC East.
fuck.
Man, you know what? I'm going to say the Eagles and Commanders both go. They're both going to go 12-5.
What a cop out.
And
what is this shit?
They're going to split their matchups, and Philly wins the divisions by some kind of tiebreaker.
That's just the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard in my life. You think there's going to be a repeat champion in the NFC East? Thank you. You just
by a
jinxed it.
coin toss.
You reverse jinx it. It's not like it'll be by like point
High
differential.
school
Common
toss.
opponents, or divisional
common
record or
opponents.
common opponents.
They're both going 12-5.
All right.
I could see the Cowboys. I could see the Cowboys winning 4 games.
That was a disgusting take by you. I just have to.
And your dad just threatening to jump off a building by week 5.
He's a
I'm
Ravens
not a fan. Not a fan
He's
anymore.
a Ravens fan.
I'm a Lamar guy.
He don't even. I have like both of his Lamar jerseys.
As he sits there and listens to Dallas Cowboy radio like on a Tuesday in July
with his old AM radio headset. Yeah. Okay,
he always gets on after the game and has his headset on listening. It's like, they're after Jerry. They're after like they've always been after him. What are you talking about?
Okay, let's go to. I'll
go first this time.
NFC West. Going. You got it. Go ahead.
NFC West. Bottom of the barrel, Arizona Cardinals, 6 wins. Kyler Murray, they're not going to bench him, but he's got one more year after this year. 6 wins for the Cardinals. I'm going to say the Seahawks have probably like 7 wins. Our boy Darnold's there. Big Sammy Darnold fans here. I'm going to go Niners.
I knew you were going to go to the Rams.
I'm going to go Niners, 10 wins. I'm going to have the Rams winning 11 games, winning the division.
You had the Rams in the Super Bowl last year.
Rams are going to the Super Bowl this year.
What?
Oh, yeah.
No, they're not.
Yep, Matthew Stafford and the boys.
Actually, they probably are because I traded Matthew Stafford away. By the way, I got a first and a second for him. Just let that sink in for you. At 38 years old. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Rams are playing for the Super Bowl again.
That's not going to happen, but that is much better than your horrific NFC East take. Okay, coming in at number 4, we're going to go with the Arizona Cardinals, led by the midget Kyler Murray. He will lose his starting job this year. That's my bold prediction. He will lose his starting job. They will bench him. He's done. He's out. They're going to trade him at the end of the season to another team. He's Justin Fields Jr. is who he is.
Trade him to the Montreal Almanacs.
That's where he should be playing for. He should be playing for the San Antonio Brahmas, okay, in the UFL.
We can't get that lucky. We got Mond.
We got Kellen Mond. We got like the poor man's Kyler Murray.
I can't believe Will took him in the 3rd round of fantasy football draft.
But yeah, Cardinals coming at number 4. I actually legitimately think they win 3 games. I think they're going to be fucking atrocious.
Well, I think their over-under is like 8. So you might
is it actually?
Something like that.
I'm going to take
I
the
heard
under.
someone talking about it the other day on TV.
That's
like,
nuts.
Yeah, it might be like 7.5. It's something like that.
I don't think Jonathan Gannon's a bad coach, but I think that roster's terrible. Okay, coming in at number 3, I'm going to go with the Seahawks as well. Sam Darnold's going to take a big step back this year. I like Sam Darnold. I'm rooting for him. He was a product of Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison last year. That's just the plain truth. All right.
I think Sam Darnold sucks.
And Kevin O'Connell and our boy Wes Phillips, who is a premier OC in the NFL. So, look, great. You have the best coaching staff in football. You have the best wide receivers in football. Of course, you're going to look better. I'm happy for him that he had a good year. I'm happy that he got a decent-sized contract, and I hope they do well. I also do like Mike McDonald. I think he's a good coach. But to me, the Seahawks with Darnold, he throws a lot of interceptions, and he's not going to get bailed out by Justin Jefferson this year. He's not going to have as good a protection on the offensive line this year. They're going to win 7 games. Coming in at number 2 is going to be the Los Angeles Rams. I like Matthew Stafford. I do. And he's getting older, and he's still a gunslinger. He's one of my favorite players. I think the Rams are in this limbo stage where they're like competitive and good, but they're never going to be a Super Bowl contender until they rebuild that roster.
Until they go to the Super Bowl this year.
Until they rebuild that roster, I think they do the exact same thing that they've done the last couple years. They get in as a wild card, they go in the first round, and they lose in the first or second round of the playoffs. They're going to win 10 games, but they'll be in the playoffs. Coming in at number 1, the San Francisco 49ers. Kyle Shanahan's too good of a coach. That team has too much talent. This is a bounce-back year for them. Not only do they win the division, but they're going to win the NFC. They're going to win 14 games this year. I think they have a phenomenal season. McCaffrey has a bounce-back year this year, and I think Brock Purdy actually, even though I don't like him, will have a good season. I like the San Francisco 49ers. They got Debo out of town, fucking cancer to a team. I like the Niners. Give me the Niners
Where
to
did
win
Debo
the
end up
NFC
going?
West. The Commanders, right? Didn't he go to the Commanders?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He had a really awkward interview on there the other day.
Well, he's an idiot, but yeah, McCaffrey will be hurt by week 3.
Okay. Let's see. I don't really have much.
The man made of glass. What else we got to talk about here?
Here, I have
Tommy Fleetwood blew it again yesterday.
Poor Tommy.
He's never gonna win. God love him. I was happy that Justin Rose won, though. I like Justin Rose. So
I didn't see how it actually happened. Did he just choke it? Like, I know he led the whole week. Was he like?
No, he was only up. I think he was up like a shot. Listen.
No,
when
I
you're
know.
only up a shot or something going in the last day, and you have 5 good golfers in your tail. Typically you're not going to hold on to win anyway. You have to play well.
But
somebody's going to shoot. Someone in the group's going to shoot 6 or 7 under.
On the last hole, though, did he have a chance to like make a birdie and get it? Because
I think
he
so.
lost by a stroke.
Yeah, he needed a birdie on the last to get it. He
Made a par.
bogeyed 17.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
he did. So
Bogeyed
he actually,
17.
if he just parred 17-18, he would have
been
won.
in the playoff. Yeah.
He would have gone in the playoff. I was actually surprised that Scotty Scheffler didn't. Scotty took the lead at one point, like with 9 holes to play, and he ended up shooting 15 under and didn't get in the playoff either. Cam Young been playing really good. He finished 5th.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, but so just real quickly, that was the first of the 3 playoff events, correct?
I believe so.
So that wasn't that in Memphis, Tennessee, and that where they play the St. Jude? Yeah.
Yep.
So that was in Bailey's backyard over there. And then this week we've got the second round of it. What is it? It's the top 50, right?
It is. Yeah, I think we go to the top 50.
So top 50 this week, and then it'll be what, top 30 for the last one?
Yes.
And you're guaranteed what, $1 million in the last one, basically? Is that
yeah,
right?
if you're in top 30, you get $1 million, I think.
And yeah, by the way, some big guys. Wyndham Clark missed the top 50. He dropped. He was 49th heading into the week, finished 56th. Jake Knapp was 47th. He dropped out. Jordan Spieth was 48th. He dropped out. So they all missed. All 3 of those guys missed the second round. Also, who else? Tony Finau, Cam Davis, a couple of different big names. But that's actually fun to watch because it's like the playoffs of golf. Even though it's not a major, it's a fun deal to watch. They're playing for a lot of money. Okay, you got anything else on the docket here you want to talk about?
Jeremiah just texted me that he left a comment on our old video. Who knows what it is? I guess he's just getting the last week's episode.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if we have. Dude, hold on. First of all, I guess we didn't have a WNBA not prepared.
Next week for sure we will.
Shame on you. Secondly, what's going on in the W? Okay, because we're a WNBA show through and through, and you haven't even fucking mentioned it.
No, it's
Your
very
girl,
fair.
Caitlin Clark's got loser's limp.
Okay, excuse me, bitch.
Loser's limp.
Let's go. Let's talk about this real quick.
I'm not going to say what I actually want to say because you won't beep it and put it on the internet.
I'll give you the lowdown on the W here, okay? So right now, as it sits, the Minnesota Lynx are far and away the best team in the league. They are 27-5. They're in first place. They are going to be the first seed, no matter what. They actually played the New York Liberty yesterday and beat the living shit out of them. However, the New York Liberty have had multiple injuries, and your girl Sabrina Ionescu, who just you think is a star, has not been able to carry the load with the injuries. She's been a big disappointment, just saying. So your girl has been a big disappointment. My girl's been injured.
Guess what? She's still playing. Caitlin Clark's useless on the bench.
Well, she'll be back soon. But if you look at the standings from the 2nd seed to the 10th seed, there is a 6-game difference. So we have a very tight window. The New York Liberty sit in 2nd place with 11 losses. The Dream with 11, Mercury with 12, Fever 14, Aces 14, Storm 16, Valkyrie 15, Spark 16, Mystic 17. So it is a clusterfuck in the W right now. We got 10 teams battling for 8 spots right there. It's going to be a heck of a finish. Get your popcorn ready. When Caitlin Clark comes back, she's going to take the league by storm. Mark my words, bold prediction. If Caitlin Clark comes back in the next 3 games, the Indiana Fever will be the number 2 seed in the playoffs. They're going to rattle off 10 wins in a row. They've been hot without her. When they get her back, they're going to be only better. But yeah, that's about what's been going on. By the way, big news, Sophie Cunningham started her own podcast with a reality TV show star from the show Summer House.
Oh.
So yeah, that's big news in the W sphere. Kelsey Plum had a cheap shot the other day and tripped a girl, and people are talking about that. So I'm just giving you the scuttlebutt around the W right now. Yeah, anything else you want to know, just shoot right here.
No, I was just it's all I got, WNBA. I need you to I was breaking the news that Jeremiah, that Michelle signed her football show contract with us. I was joking, but we are gonna have Michelle back on.
Michelle's going to be on the college football show this year, hopefully.
Yeah.
Not every single week, but most weeks, hopefully, as much as we can make it work around her schedule. So.
And Jeremiah was saying, that she didn't agree. He didn't agree with a lot of her opinions, and I said, "Did you pick Michigan to beat Ohio State?" Because Michelle did. She did. She absolutely did. So you say what you want about her. She picked a 21-point underdog.
That's right. Outright victory.
Yep.
Outright
I think
victory.
She outpicks us over here. So,
yeah, she does.
At least me.
Yeah, that'll be good to have her on the show, and we're starting that back up a couple weeks.
Yep.
Have our first show for the college football season. We'll be doing our picks, so that'll be fun. Yeah, that's about all I got. Football's around the corner. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment below. That's all I got.
Yeah, it just kind of a quick episode this week. Not a lot going on, but we'll have a lot. Once football season starts here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we're going to be cramming stuff into an hour and 10-minute show before that. Now here we're a shorter one, but hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Catch you guys next time.